Hello, girls and boys, and welcome to my channel. I know you have a choice when you scroll, and you're likely seeing this for the first time because YouTube has placed it in your feed. Are you looking to get out of the horrible job? Are you sick and tired of doing the thing that makes you tired and sick? Well, I have laundromats for you. Who is this knucklehead with the perfect hair and the impeccable speech tones? The guy that talks without a script about earning millions of dollars and has done so with his clients in 28 plus countries. I think it's 29 now. I'm Danny D'Angelo, the self-proclaimed king of laundry, because I built my empire with coin laundromats, which is suddenly in favor in the universe these days. And I want to thank you for swiping left, right, and scrolling while you're interrupting your cat videos. How to knit a sweater in the shape of an old lady while wearing scuba, etc. Just pause that for a minute, because on this very call, we're going to call landlords who have laundromats in their rented space on behalf of my clients. Hopefully we'll get somebody on the phone. This is what I do, not for money for the almighty dollar, because I have stacked plenty of that in my life. I'm 52 years old at the time of this recording. Hopefully this video will go evergreen. Hopefully I'll be 62 or 63 and still doing this while I'm living my lifestyle. I have playlists on this YouTube machine. You want to know who the fuck I am and what I'm really about? Go look at the playlist Lifestyle. When I consult with people who want to get into this business, the preponderance of them tell me what they really want to do is travel. Is that true of you? I can't hear you. But ask yourself, truly the spice of life, lovemaking, food, new places, travel. Most of we Americans are born in a place, we live in that place, we die in that place. And we have that vacation, right? I despise that word. Those of you that know me, who've been following me, some of the 50,000 of you, you know that I have standards that I live by. A vacation indicates that you need to get the hell out of your real life and go to that place, Fiji, Aspen, or wherever. Live the vacation. Figure that out. That's what you need to chalkboard. How will I do that thing? There are plenty of job holders who make a lot of money, but they know precisely what that check will be. I'm not talking about ditch diggers, God bless them, firemen, cops, paramedics, or the folks that we all adore, especially when we need them. I'm talking about the golden parachute CFOs and CEOs at the top of the food chain. They're in the same boat, trust me. They know what they will earn. The only way to get out from under is to own the company, whatever that company is. And I have laundromats for you. You've got a million questions. Should it be cash or card? How many hours a day should I be at the store? Should we advertise, and how? What type of equipment should I put in place? Well, if you click the link, you'll see that I have a website and I sell a course. Oh shit, let's all click off. I'm the perfect guy to give you that information, and for a preposterous price, because I'm the guy that couldn't, wouldn't, shouldn't ever learn from a course. I wouldn't do it. I'm too thick-headed. Intelligent as I may be, I'm not good at learning. I might be better at teaching, but I'm not good at learning. I have to learn the hard way. I've got the burns, the bumps, the bruises, and the scars to prove it. Without further ado, let's get to the meat of this. We're going to fly all the way to Illinois and communicate with our buddy. He has gone in to our shared Google document and he has plugged in information on laundromats. How do we take over these stores and scoop them up for free? Well, we don't take the operator and throw them out the front plate glass window and destroy their life. They've already destroyed this option for them. They've already run the business into the ground. Let's back up. What business do you know? What business do you understand? Having run it or not? We all know how to eat a good cheeseburger, right? Vegans aside. You eat a nasty cheeseburger and you say, well, that sucked. This place isn't going to be here in 3 weeks, if not 3 days or 3 months. Then you text your wife when you're driving by there a week later, hey, honey, that burger joint is gone. There are only 3 things in a restaurant, in any restaurant, be it a sit-down $150 bottle of wine with a French-speaking waiter and tablecloth made of linen, or a greasy spoon. There's 3 things. Do you know what they are? Food, service, and atmosphere. And of those 3 items, which one is the one that you leave the house for? Food. You leave the house to eat. I'm getting to a point, I promise. That food is what brings you in and will bring you back. If the atmosphere is horrific, it's just a hole in the wall, nothing to see, and the service is a guy that just gives you a dirty look, you will still tell your friends, you got to have this burger, bro. Don't make eye contact with the waiter. Don't go in the bathroom, but you got to have this burger. Equipment is the food of laundromats. All the other stuff makes up 5% of what you need to be doing. So when folks like our friend Phil are scouting these laundromats, what we are looking for is dirty, nasty, filthy, disgusting, shitty-ass laundromats with poor procedures, old equipment, busted up signs. The more of that stuff, which is in my course, that is fucked, the better off we are and the better our chances to incorporate a new long-term lease and a great business plan for this landlord. And I'm an expert at communicating those words verbally, and that's why people like Phil want me on their team. Enough explanation. Let's see if we can't actually get somebody talking.
What's going on, Danny?
Sounds like you're in the car.
Yeah.
I still see you're in the Google document, though.
I'm waiting.
That's good. All right, we have store number 1 behind door number 2. And this is in lovely Woodstock, Illinois. Brad is the guy. What's unique, fun, and different about this store is that it's for sale for $39,000, right?
Correct.
Now, that's a great price, Phil. Why don't you buy it?
You don't do that.
$39,000, you can't even build it for that.
Exactly.
Pretend like your auntie came over for Thanksgiving and you say, Aunt Myrtle, I'm going to get me a free laundromat.
Well, how the hell are you going to do that?
Explain it. How does it work?
Well, first thing, we don't, we're trying to offer gas, water, electric, and we're trying to lease a space out for free.
Phil, this is why you hired me.
Yeah.
Put your aunt on the phone. I'll talk to her. We can start with the don'ts, right? We don't buy the laundromat because no one sells a successful cash business. They simply don't. If it happens to be for sale like this one for 40 grand, it's because it is failing. Yeah, that's a great
Right.
price, but why would you pay it when there's rented space? The landlord, imagine if you bought it for 40 or you offered 30, they would take it. They'd snap it up for 20, right? You're $20,000 out of pocket, and now you're supposed to go to the landlord and beg for a long-term lease? Can you imagine that position? I know you're
Correct.
with me, Phil, 100%. I know you are with me. You are precisely the kind of guy that's going to end up banking a few $1,000,000 through this. We just need to stick together and stick with it. So this particular location has got single stack tumblers. It's got old ass washers, top loaders. It's not serving the public and it's not serving the operator. Where is it listed for sale for $39,000?
It's by itself, I think.
Biz buy sell. And we are not calling the operator trying to buy it. We are not calling his broker trying to make an offer. We're calling the landlord's agent and telling them that we are interested in a lease. Now, we've tried to call this guy a few times. He doesn't answer and he doesn't return calls. Am I right so far?
But
All right. His name is Brad, and we are going to call him once again. You can mute your phone if there's going to be any dogs barking or ambulances chasing you. Off we go. Stand by. Now's where you subscribe, you louts. Now. Right now. Come on, Brad.
Hi, you've reached the voicemail.
Not good enough. I'm not satisfied. I'm not happy. We called this guy more than once, left messages, and you understand, dude. This isn't like calling Walmart and no one answers the phone. You want to find out how late they're open, whether or not they have the skivvies that you need to purchase, and they don't answer. Heads will roll, right? These are real estate agents who work for slumlords, and it's hard to get them to do business. But this is the way we must play the game. So I'm going to call him again. Let's see if curiosity gets him to pick up, because it didn't go straight to voicemail. It's during business hours. Brad has no excuse. Let's hit him again. Now I know you subscribed. This is exciting. Ask questions in the comments. Brad, you suck at this, man. You really do. No shame.
Hi, you've reached the voice. Thank you.
Please speak clearly. Your voicemail is being transcribed by email.
Brad, my name's Danny. I left you a message last week trying to lease some space from you here in Illinois, buddy. I'm not a broker. I'm not an agent. Don't hold that against me. My cell phone number direct. You can call or text me. Thank you. The way the game must be played. We sit, we wait for bad Brad to do his job. And a lot of these people have other jobs, right? Every real estate agent wants to be the $1 million listing guy with a YouTube channel, living on the beach. The reality is this guy's making $500 a pop leasing nail salons and laundromats. But we have to have that all-important conversation to find out what we can get done. All right, the next one is in Chicago, in Chi-Town. You are calling it the Swamp. And this guy's name is Johnson. And we have called him and left messages, and it's the same scenario. I really want to talk to Johnson. Do you?
I do.
Good. Well, you want me to do it. His number is saved in my phone. If and when he calls back at any point, you will be the second one to know. I'm calling him again. Off we go. Now that you've subbed, you can give it the thumbs. Willing Johnson to answer the phone. Unbelievable.
22420.
Okay. Johnson's phone made a bloobity blop, said the guy's unavailable, then hung up on us. So we weren't even able to leave a message. Excellent. I mean, incredible. Dude, when I was 14, that's not true. When I was 18 and I moved out, I had an answering machine. And that answering machine, I would put funny messages on it. Kids today, they're afraid. It's, you have reached 555-1214. They're afraid. They don't want to go up to the counter and ask for more ketchup. The world is coming to a fucking end. I'm calling Johnson again. Here we go. Answer the phone, Johnson. We're going to get somebody. Just looking at his phone.
I'm not going to answer. I don't want to talk right now. I have a tummy ache.
Fucker.
22420. Is currently unavailable.
Okay, dude. It says this mailbox is currently unavailable. It told us that before. Phil, you got to go out, pound the pavement, try to find a better number for this dude. Go back to the website, search, trudge around and see what you can find out for us, dude. I can't even leave him a message. Keep your chin up, keep scouting. Let me know what you find out. We'll do this again. If I hear back from number one, I'll let you know. Say thank you, Danny. Your phone's muted, Phil. Phil! Your phone is on mute. All right, buddy, thanks. I'm doing it for you guys. I'm doing it for you guys. I'm doing it for you. Let's go from Illinois to New York. A question I hear quite often, and I last fielded an email in regards to this an hour ago. Hey, Danny. I'm in Dallas, Texas. Does it work here? It works everywhere. The moment that you get out and you start looking at these laundromats because you're a middle-class person who's likely never stepped foot in a laundry, or you're I don't want to say low class, you're in a different status in life and you frequent a laundromat every weekend, you probably hate your laundromat. You hate having to do the chore. I hope you love it. I hope you love the people that work there, the food service and atmosphere. But did you ever think about owning that business and what it takes? People normally think, well, it's got to be hundreds of thousands of dollars in order to do it. It's not. Let's try this client, see what happens.
Take your picture, okay? Okay, hello?
That's a small dog. 2 small
Hello?
dogs.
Thank you. Come on.
You're entertaining me, Dennis.
Hello?
You ever see Silence of the
Danny?
Lambs? You ever see Silence of the Lambs? And he hangs up. You ever see Silence of the Lambs?
Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
Hi.
You can hear me?
Every word.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
Hi.
Down with this shit.
He's typing. He's texting me. Can you hear me? This is torture. uh, Let me restart my phone, he says. Okay, I'll let you. Let's go to New Zealand. While our friend Dennis tries to fix his phone. Hey Siri, what time is it in New Zealand?
In Wellington, New Zealand, it's 8:39 a.m.
It's kind of early.
Hey, Danny.
Have you had your coffee yet, Ed? Oh,
Yeah.
great. Can you hear me? Now I'm starting to think it's my phone that's fucked. Wonderful. How is that possible? I'm turning my phone off. Oh, no. I keep telling myself that I'm going to do this. I'm going to commit to jumping on the computer with you guys. And come hell or high water, we're going to make some calls. And then either the internet goes down or my phone just decides it's going to stop working and I have to restart it. But this is the real reality, right? By the way, HBO is courting me to make a TV show. I know. Okay. This is so much fun. Let's try Ed again. Now we got 2 calls pending.
Hey, Jimmy.
Have you had your coffee yet?
No, the doctors told me no more caffeine.
No more caffeine, the doctors?
Yeah. Well, he said to reduce it, so I just cut it right out. To be fair, I was having about 12 to 14 shots of coffee a day, so it probably wasn't so good.
God, no. Just switch to heroin.
Right.
Look,
Yeah.
I know that it is
Obvious
early.
solution.
I know that it is early. It's before 9 a.m., but maybe we'll get these knuckleheads to pick up the telly. The first guy is Peter.
Yeah, you never know.
Let's ring him up. Here we go. Stand by. Long distance on me, buddy. Peter Pumpkin Eater. Auckland.
Hi, Pete here. Just leave a message.
At the tone, record your message.
Pete, we have this strange disconnect. I've been leaving you messages. Appreciate a return call. We are local. We're in Auckland. We're looking to sign a lease, one of your spaces. I'm not a salesman. Give me a holler. Or you can text me direct. My cell phone is out of the USA. So give me a holler. The guy's just chipper as a chipmunk with his little, "Oi, this is Pete here. I'm not going to call you back." That's as close as I get to an
Yeah, seems reluctant, doesn't it?
simpleton.
You said last time you were going to send me a text you sent to Warwick.
Yeah.
Was the next
Well,
guy.
he
But I don't
seems
think you got round.
he seems to be more in tuned at the very least because he sent back a text. So maybe he's an early morning guy. Let's see what Warwick's doing. Here we go.
Cool.
Little does Warwick know he's about to be on the YouTube machine. Fucker.
Hi, you've reached Warwick at the Hugh Green Group. Unfortunately, call at the moment, but if you'd leave your name and telephone number, I will ring you back. Thank you.
Ed, what kind of phone do you have? You're muted. What kind of
Sorry, Android. You mean
Android?
iOS
Oh,
or Android?
you Android people.
Yep.
All right, let's try Warwick, but you call him.
Yeah.
And you add me in. So what you're doing is a conference call, right? Are you familiar with that? Have you done it?
Yeah.
Okay. It's not difficult. I don't want you to muck it up. But if he answers because you're calling from the same friggin' country, whatever, don't say anything.
Yeah.
Just let me talk.
Yeah. Stayed you in. Yeah. Okay. Can I do it directly from this call? I can just do it.
Hold on a second. Stay where you don't do anything. Stay where you're at. Ahoy hoy.
Hello, Cookie to Nigel.
How about Danny? Even better.
Oh, hey. Hey, yeah, I bought your course, but I didn't get like the download email to give you the transaction ID.
Why would I want the transaction ID?
I don't know. Like, what do I need to tell you to get the
Let me tell you how this works.
the link?
Hi, my name is Bob. I purchased your course on
Okay, my name-
XX date.
Okay, my name is...
Nice. You got the course today. Josh, just about every single time there's a problem with people finding the course, getting the course uploaded is because of the email. All right. So we use PayPal as our payment portal. When you make the payment,
Okay.
all of the powers that be come together and they send your course content login to that email. It may not be the email that you use every day or the email that you got from the Google. It may not be your work email. It's the email that PayPal has for your payments. Do you have access to that email?
Right. Yep, I'm looking at it and I keep refreshing.
Check your junk
it's not in
mail.
there. Yeah, I'm checking that too. I don't see it there. Yeah, I just searched like laundromat in the search bar and on my email, and I just like it only comes up like the service at PayPal comes up with the receipt.
Got it.
But I
Let's
don't see
figure it
the
out, man. My
course.
time is best spent figuring out what happened to your course, so I'm happy to do it. You made the payment today, correct?
Right.
What is your first name?
Josh, JSH.
Josh. Josh, are you aware that you made an e-check payment?
I don't know. It's just okay. I mean, it's like I use PayPal all the time for eBay and stuff.
It came through on our side as an e-check payment. So an e-check, this is the problem.
Okay.
An e-check is just like a regular check. They're going to hold the funds until those funds go through. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So whatever
Okay.
hullabaloo, whatever you have going on with PayPal, they are holding funds until they...
Okay. All right.
I know. It's terrible.
All
Now,
right,
what
so I'll just wait until that check clears.
Well, no, because you got me
Yeah,
on the...
why-
Since you got me on the phone, you don't have to wait for shit. I'm going to put you in the course right now.
Okay.
Same email. That doesn't look like Josh, but it's Kayla something.
Yeah, like that's an old email that I use for eBay, but if you want to use like my other email,
Josh.
it's Joshua Ailline at email.
Josh.
Mm-hmm.
Are you in my newsletter?
Yes. Joshua Ailline at gmail.
Okay. I'm live on YouTube right now, so I don't want you to keep giving your email address out.
Oh.
So you're in my newsletter. So go to the most recent newsletter that I sent to you.
Okay.
50,000 people waiting for you, Josh.
Sorry about this. I thought it was just going to be a customer service agent or something.
Oh, yeah, customer service agent. Eddie.
Yes.
I'll call you back in a minute.
Okay. All good.
Josh, do you see one of the emails that I sent you from the newsletter?
I do. I just pulled it up.
Okay. Respond to that email. Click on the email. and say reply. And then say, hi, Danny, this is Josh, and send it.
Sent.
Oh, my goodness. There's your email. All right. What I'm going to do is go in there and put this email address, which is a better email address than the other one, because PayPal has what looks like your ex-girlfriend's email address or your wife or your cousin. And I'm going to plug you into the account. So when we hang up the phone, you can start ingesting the course videos. Say thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Oh, of course.
Bye.
Don't hang up.
Okay.
Don't hang up. Are you nervous?
Okay, I'm just there. No, I just don't want to waste your time. But...
Well, you've already done that, so we might as well have a little fun. You might as well pay it forward. So, Josh, don't go mucking around with the e-check process, right? Because I'm giving you the thing ahead of time so you don't have to wait however long it takes for your e-check to clear, right?
Right.
Why laundromats, Josh? What do you do for a living?
Like most of my work history is in insurance work, like restoration, for pro type stuff, and then.
Nice. You're a contractor. You work with your hands.
Yeah.
Good. How old are you?
45.
We get to a certain age, we got to think about it, huh?
Yeah. Try not to think about it. Just
45, wife, kids, husband, boyfriend. What's going on with the love life?
I have a 6-year-old daughter.
Nice. That's a fun age, as people say. I don't know why they say that.
Right.
6-year-old daughter. What do you? So what was the journey? People don't find me on YouTube by accident because they're trying to get rich quick. They find me because they have decided that laundromats is the thing. So how did that hit you?
I mean, I've always been interested in laundromats, but I didn't know how to go about it. And then recently stumbled upon, I forget the guy's name on YouTube. I think it's like JT Automations. I saw your video on there.
Nice. Yeah, I ran into him in New Orleans speaking at an event and saw him in the hallway, and we did a little collab, as they say.
Okay, thanks.
You're a thrilling individual, Josh. You know that? People tell you that at parties?
Yeah, I'm kind of quiet and reserved.
That's good. So you were on the phone with the man, and I don't answer my toll-free number. You got to realize that I was figuring this might be educational. So lucky you. So what do you want to ask me? Tell you what, if you ask me a question about laundromats and it's not covered in the course, I will give you the course for free. I'll refund you. Make it a good one. What is the burning question? What do you want to know?
Yeah, just trying to study the course and get out there and start scouting. Like, I don't really have any questions, like, specifically.
Okay, Josh. I'll always remember you. I'm going to yell at some people here and send them an email and make sure that you're plugged in. Normally, whenever anyone purchases my silly course, they automatically gain access to it. But I see what the issue was. It's that there's some e-check thing, but I'm going to circumvent that and take care of you, buddy.
Okay, thank you.
Of course. Feel free to email me direct if you have any questions. That's the way it works for everybody. No need to call the toll-free number. Whenever you send an email, I see it. And I'm pretty good about answering those.
Okay.
Welcome aboard, brother.
Okay.
Later.
All right. Thank you.
What a nice guy. Whew. All right. Let's go back to New Zealand and then back to New York. I just want to get a landlord on the phone. I know this is all very, very exciting. We got a text from Warwick in New Zealand, so this is hilarious. Let's do this live with our friend Ed. We have a lot of balls in the air, a lot of plates spinning right now.
Hey, Jimmy.
Okay. I got a text from our scaredy cat friend Warwick.
Okay.
Which is completely unbelievable to me. Sorry, Danny, I will not be returning your phone call until I have a better understanding on what you want. As mentioned previously, please email your request. Cheers, Warwick. It is laughable. So it takes all kinds in this universe. I've found out. I certainly haven't met all kinds. Not yet. But this guy is afraid to have a fucking conversation. So let's
from an email as a
yeah, but I'm not. Do you understand why it is that I'm not going to email him? Why I don't email any of these landlords?
Yes. Yeah.
Was that a yes?
I believe I do anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hired me to throw knives and break balloons. And then you come to the show and I've got all my knives sharpened and the girl is half naked in a bikini and the balloons are surrounding her and she's spinning around. She's about to throw up. And then someone in the audience yells, "Use a blowgun." I don't know. Not all my analogies work. I'm very, very good at communicating with people on the telephone.
Yep.
This guy,
I've seen enough of your videos to understand why you did it.
This guy is such a knucklehead. He's so scared shitless that God forbid I'm going to sell him something. He won't pick up. Now he's texting. So there's some psychology involved where you just sent me a text, bro. You just sent me a text. So I want to go back.
At some point, he's going to have to get on the phone.
And it may not make sense. I can write him an email or a text, and I can say, I would like to lease the space here in Auckland. And he's going to write back, I have a tenant. Now, we know he has a tenant. I'm not hearing the inflection in his voice. He's not going to add to that text or email. He's not going to say, well, I've got a tenant, but they're shitty. Now I'm supposed to write, email, text back and say, I'm aware that you have a tenant, but they are shitty. Now, before he writes back, he has minutes or hours to think about his response. Does he not? Sure he does. People that are very weak, I'm not going to say weak-minded or weak negotiators, it's all of it. They're weak. Let's just put it that way. They are weak at this thing, at all of it, at business. People that are weak, they prefer that, right? You break up with a girl you've been dating for a week, you send her a text. It's not working out. Yeah, still shitty. 5-year relationship, you got a couple of kids, sit down and have a cup of coffee, look them in the eye, tell them it ain't working out. This guy is so scared that I'm going to try to sell him something that he doesn't want to communicate. Now, he's the landlord, we believe, right?
Yes. He'll be the agent for that. I got his number from one of the signs in nearby.
Big difference.
The same complex.
Whether or not he is the landlord or the agent is a big difference.
Yeah.
If he's an agent, he has
I'm pretty
absolutely...
sure he's the agent.
Okay, well, he has absolutely no right to play this game. Zero. He has no right.
Mm-hmm.
He has been charged with doing a service to the landlord, the real estate investment trust, whomever it is on the other side of this negotiation. Negotiation won't even begin. So if he is truly simply an agent and he works for a landlord or an entity that owns the dirt, how dare he? If this guy worked for me, he'd be fired. He'd be run out of town on a rail.
Yep.
Sending text. Well, I need to know. Send me an email and tell me what you want to talk about. Now, all of that being said, let's see if it is just the fact that now, the thought process is it's a cell phone. I get people right here in the Americas, in Florida, that says, well, you're calling from Phoenix. No, I'm not. Cell phone.
Yeah.
Wireless. It's the way the world works.
Mm-hmm.
Drives me nuts when they do that, but they still do.
Understandable.
So let's go back to what we were discussing a bit earlier. Call this guy up and conference me in. Now, all I'm going to hear is either him saying, ahoy, hello, may I help you? This is Warwick. I'm afraid. Or I'm going to hear his voicemail. So let's see if it's just that he's afraid because of my number and he actually picks up if you call. So you got to do this quickly. This is what I do all day, every day. Merge the call him, don't say anything, and just throw me back into the call. Say standby first.
Hello?
Warwick.
Hello?
Yeah, hey, Danny D'Angelo. Ahoy, hoy. I got your text.
Yeah, that's strange. He dropped off, but I'm getting a call back from him, so I'll see if I can merge that in.
Yeah, pick it up, put me in.
1 second. Yep. Yeah.
Warwick.
It's connected, but he didn't say anything.
And then I lost him. Well, as promised, ladies and gentlemen, this is so enter-fucking-taining, isn't it? My daily. I hope you're enjoying this. Feel free to ask questions in the live stream. We'll get to them here in a minute. Do you have a job? Do you make widgets all day long? God bless you. It must be great to not have to use your brain.
Okay.
So now we know unequivocally our friend Warwick is concerned about my number not being a local number.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And now...
Yeah, that was odd because he picked it up and I merged it. But
I'm aware.
Did you hear him talk at all?
Has he texted you yet and said, what the fuck do you want?
No.
This all seems like we are grade school children asking the cute girl in the green dress with the glasses if she wants to go to the dance with us. It's so stupid.
Not someone trying to run a business.
But part of it. So we know that our friend doesn't want it. Maybe he doesn't have long distance. It's still a thing, isn't it?
Maybe. Yeah. Well, I can't imagine so, given you're the one calling him.
Seems
All
a
you
bit
have to do is
much.
pick it up.
Seems a bit crazy.
It does.
Let's give it another shout. Because I'm about to text him and say, I'm at your door. Open the door. I'm standing behind you. Just come. And you know what? The only thing that really irks me about this dude is the fact that he is a real estate agent. If he was the owner of the property, as kooky as he may be, as idiotic as it may sound, as eccentric, right? That's the word for a crazy rich person. As eccentric as he wants to act, there's nothing we can do about it. But when he's a real estate agent, he has a duty.
Yeah.
He has people behind him that think that he's out there doing God's work, and he's doing nothing. I could text him right now and say, that's me. So let me just say this before I forget. You've hired me as your shield and your sword. We have me between him, much like an attorney, even though I'm not. I don't play one on TV. You've hired me as your mouthpiece to do the talking with this knucklehead. The other guy never returns calls. Now, many times it's because we're being ambiguous. We have to be ambiguous. We can't say we want the laundry because he's going to say it's rented, and that's the end of the conversation. We want to have the conversation. If he calls, texts, writes, sends a carrier pigeon, does anything, ignore it. That's my point. From now on, when we call, we will go through your number. Let's try it one more time, brother. Call him, click me through.
Okay.
Warwick. Ahoy, hoy.
He hung up.
Well, now you're on his shit list as well.
Yeah, as soon as you spoke just after that, he hung up. But I don't know if he's actually. He must be hearing you, surely. He's tested out the conference call and stuff before, and it all seems fine.
Well, I do it all day, every day. I'm very good at doing it with the fingers quickly.
Yeah.
And, you know, at the end of the day, understand that I'm the one making the initial contact with the landlord or their agent. So it's a little easier because I can talk to them for a minute or two and then click you, i.e. the client, in. So it's a little bit different. This is going to be our MO with this knucklehead from now on. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I know what our comments are going to be today. Warwick is a dick.
Sorry, Denny, I was talking away there. Did I hang up on you?
Not a problem. Our MO moving
I was
forward.
just saying there's a...
We are going...
what I was saying was there's another number in that shop window for the same business. So it must be a associate of his. We could always try that one next time.
All right. Well, let's give the guy a simmer.
Yep.
I'm not going to text him back. There's no reason to text him back with his games that he's playing. What you know what?
Yep.
That's not the case. I want to write this. See, but that's the thing. If I text him, I'm playing into his hands. If I write, "Are you a realtor?" then he can A, ignore me, B, say, "Absolutely, here's my license number," or he can say, "What does that have to do with?" And you know, it's just done. It's a preposterous game.
Yeah.
I play this game all day, every day. You're not unique or different. It has nothing to do with being on opposite ends of the universe. If he calls me or texts me, as is always the case, I will let you know. Scout more locations, put stores into the document. And if I hear back from him or Pete, I will let you know, my brother. But from now on, we're going to do it this way. We're going to call through your number. Because he just decides he's going to pick up when it's you, not me.
Yeah. And I will test out my conference calling unless it's something to do with me.
Yeah, play around with it. Play around with it. Test it. Yeah. Call your cousin and your nephew and click them together a couple times so you get good at it.
Yeah.
All right, ciao.
Will do. Thanks very much.
I want to get work done. Just as much as you want to see the work being done, I want to get a landlord on the telephone. I want to have a knockdown, drag out fight. No, that's not the case. I can wind people up. Arguments are not fought in order to be won. Negotiations are. And if you're on the fence a quarter mile away, it's hard to tell the difference. We are giving these landlords and these previous horrific operators exactly what they need. Our friend, Warwick, has a disgusting, filthy, nasty laundromat in his rented space. He doesn't give a shit. He wants to text, "Oh, let me know what you want by sending me an email because my time is so valuable." That's not a New Zealand accent. Well, we're in this shit for the long haul, so we might as well get a landlord on the phone. And apparently it was my fault with the phone, not Dennis.
Hello?
That was my phone, not yours.
Oh, yeah, I figured.
Which is funny or ironic or both, because I had just made several calls, conferenced them together, and done all the things and stuff, and it didn't change a thing. We are trying to get a hold of George, and George has 2 stores that we are aware of under their purview, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Now, you have listed here in the document that listed for sale on buy a biz sell for 180 grand. Is that both stores, one store?
No, just one store.
Which one is for sale on Sunrise?
Yeah. No, the one that's Copay. Yeah, Sunrise, yeah. There's 2 of them.
Okay. Which, again, is an indication of failure. Someone is selling their business in rented space. They want out from under that business. And normally, I have videos all over my YouTube channel where I talk to these people, to these poor operators, and I say, where did you arrive at that price? And they say the same thing. If they're being truthful, they say, well, that's what I paid for it.
Yeah.
So you ran it for 10 years and you think you deserve every penny back? Doesn't work that way with a car or just about any other business. The business should be evolving. It should be better. It should be worth more than you paid, right? But they know it's not. God forbid you ask to see their books. Oh, no. I'm selling the business based on the equipment that's in there. Oh, okay. Cute. Utterly preposterous.
Yep.
Hold on a second. Stay where you're at. Hello? May I help you?
Hey, is this Danny?
It is Danny.
Hey, Danny. Man, I've been trying to reach you for a minute. It's Jeremiah. I don't know if you saw my email or not. So I've been trying to get in contact with you, man, because I've been watching you on YouTube, and I'm intrigued, man. And,
Jeremiah.
I really want to
Jeremiah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Are you in Geppetto's? Every word. Are you in Geppetto's shop right now? Are you making puppets?
I'm in construction. I'm a tradesman. I'm on break right now. I have a lot of noise around me.
Jeremiah, you saw my course. You paid for my time
Yes,
so
sir.
that we can consult on the.
I bought your course already, and yesterday
I just said
spent
that.
the
I just said that.
$995.
I just said that. You've seen the course. You paid me for my time, and I emailed you back, and I gave you my cellular phone number. Did you see that email? Yeah, because
Yes,
you
sir,
sent
I
me
did.
a text.
I called.
Because you sent me a text.
Yep.
But you're dialing the 800
Yep.
number now. There's no reason for that, dude. We're on to the next thing. We're on the next level. Okay? I'm going to send you a text here in the next few hours, and we're going to stop calling me sir. I'm going to get on the phone with you, and we're going to talk about your future laundromat empire and getting you out of Geppetto's shop. Okay, buddy?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry about that, man. So I was raised in the South. It's a thing of respect for us. So it's,
You don't have to
hope you don't take no
apologize.
offense.
That's another Southern thing. God bless you. There's no need to dial the toll-free number. I sent you a text. I have your number. We will talk today.
Okay.
Thanks, buddy.
Absolutely.
I'll text you. If you call the toll-free number on my website, I'm not going to answer the telephone. You know that, right?
So, what do you mean?
If you call the toll-free number on my website, do you think I'm going to answer?
No.
888-848-2663. Next 20 minutes only. All right. The point being, we have to talk to George, and we have to tell George that he needs to hand over one or two of these laundromats because they are falling apart. Are they open? Are they operating? When we have a twofer and there's two locations in here, right?
Yeah.
When we have a twofer, it makes it a little convoluted. It's confusing on my end. Are they operating? Are they opened?
No, they're open. Yeah, they're two tenants. I mean, every laundromat has a tenant, so they're operating.
Hold on a second.
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Hello?
Hell of a great start already to this call.
Hello? Danny, is this Danny?
Yeah, you knew it would be.
I was listening to the live.
Right, I know. That's
And
why you
I,
called and interrupted my call. So how can I help you?
Oh, Danny, I'm so sorry, my friend. I will hang up right now. I don't mean to interrupt your
Are
call.
you? Okay, bye-bye. Dennis, I apologize. We're just having, pardon me, tons of fun. I keep telling myself that I'm going to go on YouTube and I'm going to have like a show where everybody gets to see the everything of what I typically do, right? You know, making calls.
Yeah.
But it's hard. It's difficult because we leave so many messages and we deal with so many knucklehead landlords and their agents. I just made a call in New Zealand, and this landlord's agent, it's his job to deal with potential tenants, current tenants, whatever the hell they do. But yet this guy does not want to pick up his telephone for 3 weeks, and he wants to text me. Send me an email. Let me know what you want.
I heard.
You heard? Okay, good.
Yeah, I was watching your video. Yeah.
All right, so let me say this to the cheap seats now. When the proper time comes, my toll-free number, I don't answer my toll-free number, but I will today. I want to hear from somebody Even the guy that just called can call back. Don't call now. Don't do it now. I'm on the phone with a client. I will let it revert back to the office if you call now. I will not answer. But if you're watching this and you think that none of this makes any damn sense, nor is it real, I want to talk to some naysayers. So there's the toll-free number. Pretty smart. I don't know why I didn't think of that before, because it's an option for me when I forward our 800 number to my phone. All right. We need to get a hold of George, and we need to tell George that these laundromats are dog shit. Am I right thus far? Of course I am.
Yep.
We have left this guy messages. He doesn't bother returning the calls. Now, you can always try to find a better number, a cellular phone, a direct line, whatever you think is possible and plausible to get a better connection with this guy. But if not, we will keep hitting our heads against this same brick wall and keep calling the same number. It's the right number. This is an agent.
Yeah, no, yeah, I found the right direct number. We called last week. That was his direct number, but he didn't pick up. So hopefully this time he picks up.
All right, here we go. And I know you subscribed. There's 50 of you watching. George, Danny D'Angelo, give me a call on my wireless, my friend. You can probably see it on your caller ID. Looking to talk lease terms with you. Thank you. And the beat goes on. I am looking at the photographs. This store looks like it was built in the 70s. And that's great. Oh, look, someone has gone through on the bulletin board, which I'm adamantly against, and they've taken all the business cards that are up and they've put them in nice, neat little rows. Look at that. Thank you so much. Cigars, vape, lotto. But it says vapor. Vapor is not vape. Vapor is like a dangerous chemical thing, I'm pretty sure. Dennis, I am scrolling looking for another potential landlord to ring up here. What page am I looking at? I'm seeing
37.
37. Look at you. The first thing that's gone right today. Dennis says 37. Not on Google Maps, you're telling me. So we have no history with this location, you and I,
No, this is not.
Because it says new, which is exactly what you need to do when you find a store that we have not done anything on. And we are going to crack this here nut. So this location is in lovely Amityville, New York. And you have a landlord operator, you're telling me. So unique and different. What we need to do each and every time for the cheap seats is talk to the landlord. Convey to the landlord that we want to bring this laundromat back like a phoenix. We want to change it, change the outlook. Serve the customers, really, is all it is. Therefore, elevate the center, elevate the community, elevate the neighborhood. It all sounds so brilliant and perfect. And it is when it works. Now, if the landlord happens to be the operator, meaning the guy who owns the dirt and the strip mall and the building is also the guy running the laundromat, that doesn't change anything. You get that?
Yeah.
It changes our approach. I can't very well call up, and the guy's name is Alan, we hope. Hey, Alan, this laundromat's a total piece of shit. It's embarrassing. How dare you? Give it to me. It's not going to be a long conversation, right? I have to be careful. I have to say, buddy, it's underperforming. right? It's not about the color you paint the walls, but the fact that the equipment's 30 years old and it needs a retool. Are you aware that there's a spot in the back where some machines are missing, where some kid could get hurt? God forbid. Go fix that, right?
Yep.
Now I'm looking at the photos, which are worth 1,000 words. I'm scrolling through. I see double stacked tumblers. I don't see a lot of out of order signs, frankly.
Nah. And they have no dryers, looks like.
They have replaced the tumblers with double stacked stainless steel fronts. Now, is that ideal? It's like having 2 new tires on your car. It doesn't really help you. It doesn't really help you. And they don't know that. But what's likely happened, and this is all speculation, but also from my past experience understanding, what has likely happened, they're either in the process of retooling the whole store and they did the dryers first, or the distributors are constantly knocking on their door and begging them to spend some money, and they finally wilted and they had a sale on dryers.
Yeah.
Distributor will sell you the equipment. They won't tell you the truth, which is, man, you'd be better off replacing everything. Dig deeper. Do it right. Because these washing machines in this place are dinosaurs.
Yeah.
You took some pictures of the sink in the restroom, and it cracked in several pieces like there was a goddamn ninja fight going on in there, and they glued it back together.
I know, that's crazy. Just replace it.
Right. You took the words out of my mouth. A sink is $28 at Lowe's Depot. Jesus. Is this thing under the subway?
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's like the train is overhead. Yeah.
That steel pillar next to the turlet. Very, very telling. Holy moly. All right. Enough build-up and bullshit and other B words and more alliteration. This store is not so horrific that it's a slam dunk. You follow. You understand. Would you do your laundry in there?
Not really.
Yeah, you would. But you don't frequent a laundromat, right? You would. I don't know. A lot of these customers don't feel like they have a choice. It's the closest one. New York is different than the Midwest, Texas. They throw the laundry on their back. They just go there. They just do it.
Yeah.
Going to a gym or going to the movies or all these choices that we have in our leisure life, it's very different from the perceived notion that I must go to the nearest laundromat. But
yeah, that makes sense.
When you retool the place, you're going to be, the word of mouth will get out, and that WOM will bring the people from all over the 5 boroughs. It works.
Yeah.
All right. This dude's name is Alan. You and your brothers got the information from True People Search and Property Shark. I fucking hate that. Did you vet the number in any way? Did you call it? Did you ring it? Did you see if it works?
Yeah, we called and asked if he was the landlord of the property. He said yes. So we asked if he had any commercial space, available anywhere else. So that's how we confirmed.
I'm intrigued. He said he did have space available?
No.
Okay. If you call me and you ask me if I own 107 acres in Williams, Arizona, I'm going to say nothing. I'm going to hang up. Just saying.
He responded, though.
It's not for sale. It's none of your business. If I'm in a certain mood, I might say some words to you, but just saying.
Yeah,
now,
he actually called back like 3 times. It's like he wanted to speak to us.
Well, speaking to the cheap seats here, right? When you're vetting a phone number, block your line. Don't let them call you back. There's so many different layers. So many layers to this onion. We don't want them thinking there's blood in the water. Everybody wants their space. Now, it's unusual and unique that he's calling you back so many times. He's curious, but it's probably because you would think he did have empty space somewhere that they want to leave.
Yeah.
So when you call to vet a number, it will behoove you or anyone listening to give them something they want. Someone calls my phone number from a random line and they say, Daniel, I hang up. They don't know me. They're a salesman. They're trying to do some dirty. I don't want to know because I'm Danny. Doesn't matter. They say Dan, I'll hang up. Dan? Nobody calls me Dan. Nice try. Bloop. Now, if they call up and say, hey, Danny, this is Fred. I'm calling because XXX. Wow, all right, I'm stuck in a conversation. I'm hearing what they have to say. Every single bit of this, if you think it's not sales, you're wrong. You trying to get the nookie from the girlfriend or take your dog for a walk, everything is sales. Those are two separate things, by the way.
Yeah.
I hope you know that.
Yeah, I know that.
So when I have to be confident that you have vetted the number. You know that Alan is the landlord, which I understand. He said, I am.
Mm-hmm.
I've got clients that call and say, well, I've got a food truck. I want to park it in your parking lot, and I'm going to give you personally and your staff lunch for 6 months. Damn, who wouldn't want that? Hi, Danny, this is Fred. I have a food truck. I want to park it in your... Well, if I don't own any commercial property, I'm going to say, that sounds great, but I don't have any property. Shit.
Yeah.
Wrong number. Wrong number, wrong Danny, wrong whatever. Everything's wrong, right?
Mm-hmm.
So keep in mind when you're vetting numbers and you're calling, give them something that they would want. Don't lie.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell them they've won the lottery or something ridiculous. Tell a little fib about their property so that we can find out. I've got working with a surgeon in New Orleans, and he now has a new lease on life because he is suddenly a solar salesman. He's taken this big step down where he's calling these landlords and saying, yeah, I'm a solar salesman. And again, giving them something that they would want in order to say, okay, well, is your grant available in this area of Amityville, New York, et cetera? All right, without further ado, let's see. Oh, one more thing. We are confident and comfortable saying that Alan is the landlord, that he owns the dirt, right?
Yeah, yeah.
What makes you also think that he is the operator who's running the laundry?
Well, because when you look up people search, his LLC is under that laundromat.
So it's Alan's Laundry LLC,
yeah, so
etc.
It's like, yeah. So that's how we know, yeah.
Now, keep in mind, he might have run it, operated it, built it from scratch, done all the things. So we're not sure. We are not sure. You didn't walk in, for instance, and see Alan behind the register taking in wash dry fold, and he said, I'm Alan, I'm the landlord. So again,
no, not that.
I will temper my expectations and or my comments when I speak to this guy, if God forbid he actually answers. All right, you know the deal. Take good notes, mute your phone. Let's see if Alan has his ears on. Stand by.
You got it.
Now's where you subscribe if you haven't, and get ready to dial the toll-free number. Not fucking now. Not yet. Come on, Alan.
Hello?
Alan. Alan, my name is...
Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Danny. I'm interested in leasing some space from you.
Hello?
Hi.
Who calling?
Danny.
Danny?
Yep. Danny.
One.
I'd like to rent some space from you, my friend. I want to become a tenant of yours.
What tenant?
I would like to become a tenant. I want to rent some space from you.
Oh, no problem.
No problem?
No, this is my, this 240 Boulevard. No, this is my laundromat. I don't want to see it.
Right. It's your, so, okay, I'm correct. So, Alan, you own the building as well, yes? He hung up. Did you hear the noise in the background? Do you know what that is?
No, what is that?
It's a 40-pound front loader spinning out. You know, James Bond knows. Do you enjoy champagne, Mr. Bond? Yes, especially when it's served at the proper temperature. 31 degrees, as this is. All of those things that secret agent, well, that was all written in a book and turned into a film, right? It's fictitious. Me, I can tell you how old a cigar is and what temperature a beer is being served at. True. And that discernment comes with age, practice, and experience. So that was a front loader spinning out. So he's actually literally in the laundry. Now, there's a language barrier. Thanks for not telling me that English is his second language. But without further ado, let's call him back again and see if we can't get Alan worked up. Here we go. Unfucking real. I'm trying. Okay. Fear is a funny thing. Why doesn't Alan want to talk to somebody while he's sitting in his laundromat? Because it's time to make the donuts. Because he's endlessly stamping out these horrible donuts.
Forwarded through an automatic voice message.
Try for a third time. Here we go. I just want to make my case. Not to you, but to him on behalf of my client. But this isn't ideal. I said that. This store is not horrible. This is my laundromat, he said.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic. One is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording,
Alan doesn't even know me. Alan, Danny D'Angelo. We spoke for about 14 seconds. Give me a call. I'm interested in leasing space. Have a conversation. If you have a real estate agent that you prefer using, have him, her, they, them call me. My cell phone, direct, you're looking at it. Thank you, sir. Dennis, as said, this is a decent laundromat in a major city that is probably making this guy $30,000+ per month. Okay. It's not, the stores that we take over are, okay, the sink is smashed in half. The washers are very old, but he just replaced the tumblers. There's also, on top of that, a language barrier. Hey, he gets it. He understands. Hopefully he pays taxes. He's able to understand what I said. He said, oh, it's my laundromat. And he doesn't want to be pained into some conversation with some American white guy. He just wants to be left alone. Now, from everything that we have done and seen and said, what is the worst part about what Alan is doing?
The worst part is not answering to you.
No. He's running his business. What's the worst part about what he does?
Oh yeah, that's because I think I see his wife in there too when I went. So they're both on there, so that's bad. You shouldn't be doing that. You should be home collecting money, and that's it.
Yes, he and his wife and his grown children are spending every waking hour in this laundromat.
Yep.
You can tell me that there's nothing wrong with that and it's salt of the earth and farmers do it. Okay. If your goal is substantial wealth, you cannot do it this way. Alan does not understand that he is capable of owning dozens of laundromats. He doesn't get it. His quality of life, let's say he is doing $40,000 net a month. He gets up at 5 a.m., drags his ass on the train, goes into the laundromat, sweeps the place up, opens the doors, Meets his wife at noon, going the opposite direction so she can take on her shift. He goes and chokes down some rice. Is that racist? No. He comes back at 7, 8 o'clock at night, sweeps the floors again, locks the doors, goes back on the train to his hovel. This guy is not going to call me back. If you wish, we can call him every week until we have a conversation and I make him understand that what you want to do is lease the space, but it's wasted time, energy, effort. Not on my part.
I'll move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Keep looking. You made it to YouTube. Congratulations. Any questions?
Thank you. No, that's it. No, I'm good.
Bless.
Thank you.
Goodbye. Okay. We've given out the toll-free number. It's being forwarded to my Swaler phone. Now, the only people I want to hear from on this here live, truly, the guy that called before that I gave shit about, he can call back if he feels like he needs to. If someone is, and look, I don't want to deal with somebody trying to be funny because I'm funny. Honestly, if you feel like you want to better understand how free laundromat works, but you really don't get it, and on top of that, you don't think it's a plausible thing, call in. I see the Wash Laundromat is on here. I'm looking at some of the names, and people have funny little handles on YouTube, right? And I know who's behind these. The toll-free number. I want to hear from naysayers. I don't know why I never did this before. Forward the number to my phone. Prankers will not be tolerated. This number is on my website. The phones are always manned. And you heard one guy called because he can't figure out how to get into his course, etc. I'm old school. I think you should have a telephone number. Laura says, I can call you about a comment a property owner said about how laundromats are a dead biz. I don't know. Not what I'm looking for. I'm going to go back to the top of the comments, guys, because we haven't done this quite yet. Always somebody. Furzy Kania says, hello, Danny. Well, hi, Furzy. What a cool name. Wade says, hey, Danny and chat. Glad to be able to catch a live. We're glad you're here, Wade. Laura, who we just heard from a little later. Hi, Danny. Awesome. You do a new live. I am here to learn. Well, I hope you learned something. We did actually get to talk to a landlord. If you're seeing this now and you want to back forward, you want to rewind. That's the word. Oh, somebody dialed the toll-free number and then gave up. Sue says, hi, Danny. Look at all the women on here. My goodness. It is my first time seeing this real time, and I am about to finish my second round of your course. Well, thank you, Sue. She goes on. She further says, would it be better to target the ones open
Nigel Anderson,
but
or track
underperforming?
call.
This better be good. You have to say words.
Hello?
Hi. May I help you?
Yeah, I just wanted to connect with Danny.
Yeah, you got him.
Yeah, I wanted to call. Yeah, I want to talk to a laundromat owner.
You want to talk to a laundromat owner. Are you watching this live on YouTube?
Yes.
Okay. Let's start over. Hi, Danny. My name is Fred. Trying to help you, bro. I'll bet his heart was just pounding out of his little chest. He was going to show me, you, everybody on here. Please, just if you're doing business, just have some modicum of understanding of how the way the world works. You failed, bro. Go play this back for your girlfriend later. Unbelievable. Probably the same guy that called once and then chickened out and hung up. I want to have a real discussion. This is not going to happen again, likely. I did stand-up comedy, guys. I'm not afraid to stand in front of 300 people and take the slings and arrows of the drunken idiots. So don't do that. Don't call up here because you want to screw with me. If that guy has a legitimate conversation he wants to have with Danny right now, as do you, dial the number. Not to screw around. This is for the education of everybody on here. If you want to understand, though, he said, I want to talk to a laundromat owner. What? Here's how it goes. Hey, Danny, thanks for doing this. My name's Bob. My status is thus. I haven't seen the course because I'm not really, truly understanding how all this works. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not putting words in your mouth. All right, Sue goes on to say, would it be better to target the ones open but underperforming or the ones completely closed and emptied already? Sue, what a great question. Most people get very, very excited, and the ones are laundromats, by the way, for the cheap seats. Most people get excited about closed stores. They think, oh, it's a slam dunk. This is going to happen right now. But the preponderance of the stores that we take over are operating. They're actually running as a business. And then the thought process is, well, I'm taking some poor guy and throwing him out of it. No, if they're running a good operation and they're paying the rent on time, we can do nothing from our end, and that's fine. That is fine. In my learned, tenured opinion, this is the only way to do this. There are other ways, but why would you do it any other way? So, Sue, the answer is it really doesn't matter. Have Frank Rizzo to call. I'm not sure that your grammar makes sense, but
yeah, listen, I'll see you tomorrow with my fucking tools.
Chi-Town, Yale, you are moving into my area, Danny. Hope you don't call my landlord. Well, we just talked about that. If you have a good, well-run laundromat, not going to happen. If your store is falling apart and you are falling behind on your rent, look out. Tyler says, caught alive. What's up, Danny? Hey, guys. Maybe Saul Rosenthal would be better than Frank.
Nigel
here's the toll-free
Anderson
number.
or trap call.
You're on KZZP Live. This is the request line. How can I help?
Hey, Danny, do I have you live?
Do you have me live? It sounds like your heart's pounding out of your chest.
No, I'm good to go.
Former military?
Very nice to meet you. No, I'm not. But I did dabble in stand-up comedy once in my life.
Good.
Just dabble.
Good to go. Good to go is something we say. What's your name?
Yeah. Brian. Nice to meet you.
Hi. We're not meeting. Where are you calling from?
Pacific Northwest, Seattle area. I don't want
your IP address, bro. Just asking where you're calling from.
No, not my address. I'm just telling you where I'm at. So I'm in Seattle, Pacific Northwest area.
What's up, buddy?
Here's my question for you. I currently have a full-time job. I make pretty good money. I make around $300,000 a year. I am not satisfied, mainly because it's a 8 to 5, work for the man kind of job, not a lot of freedom. I am, like many people, always eyeing potential side hustles, quote unquote, if you will. I am extremely intrigued about this space. I'm pretty new to seeing your content, so it's gotten my attention. I have not taken the course. So my question to you is, for someone, is this the kind of job where you would encourage people with full-time jobs to pursue in parallel? Is, from your experience, can that be successful? Or would your advice be, listen, you're going to fail unless you go all in, be prepared to take the hits and not make a lot of money up front because it'll pay off in the back end? Or is every case very different? So just would love your thoughts there on kind of how I should think about it in my situation.
Lots and lots of people keep the full-time job. And the funny thing is, you feel like it's a slog now and you're raking in 300 grand. And there's a lot of folks that think that that's rich people money. When you get a couple of laundromats operating, you're going to go into the job, keep the benefits, whatever the job is. You're going to have this stupid smile on your face. And everybody there is like, the fuck is wrong with Fred? I forgot your name already. What is it?
Oh, you can call me Fred, but my family calls me Brian.
Yeah, Brian. The nickname is not Fred. So they're like, what's wrong with Brian? He's over there filling out his TPS reports and he's got this stupid smile on his face. We all know people like that. Maybe it's the boss or maybe it's the guy that sweeps up, the janitor. Happy in their work. You think you want to get out, and also people think they want to replace their income. You don't want to replace your income. I just did a series of videos in LA with my friend Joe, and he was a 6-figure guy. He would never go on YouTube because he was so fearful that they were going to figure out that he was moonlighting. And I just got the call, hey, let's do a YouTube. What? Did they finally find out? They fired? No, quit. Walked away. But that's after years of saying, why not phone? And I don't want to throw the guy under the bus because I don't think it's particularly true of him, but you start to work an hour out of the week and you're kind of like, time to call the boss and call it quits. The course itself, I'm not going to sell you the course. I think you know what I'm about, and it is ridiculously inexpensive for what it is. Always been guaranteed. So when you're looking, it's not a fearful thing. Go see it, watch it, look at the videos, and realize this is substantial wealth. It's staring you right in the face. And it's real. It's work. You can scout the stores on weekends. What's your thing? What do you do that makes you so happy? Are you a kayaker? Do you professionally throw darts? What do you do when you're not working that makes you smile?
Well, it's funny that you threw out kayaking at the beginning. I actually very much
from
enjoy
the Pacific
kayaking.
Northeast. You're all the same.
West, but I hear you.
I'm also I'm a mind reader. So you kayak, right? Well, hang up the fucking paddle and go do this. Every waking moment that you're not in the JOB and you're not filling out those TPS reports, you go out and do this. And you'll look back, you sound like a young man, you'll look back at this in a decade and you'll say, Jesus. Or you might realize, oh, there's a lot of work involved in this. I don't really want to do it. Then you better go to work with that smile on your face like the fucking janitor, because you have this opportunity. Dude, I'm not talking about standing on the steps of the courthouse and getting real estate for free or some bullshit. My channel is two things, really. My lifestyle, because it comes out in drips and drabs, and laundromats and helping people do this. And there are a few channels out there that have millions of followers in the laundromat space, and they really don't do anything in the laundromat space. They just don't. They're looking for clicks on YouTube. And my channel is slow, steady stagnation, 20 years doing this because I'm not looking for clicks. He made millions overnight in a laundromat in 30 days. Whatever. So you know what to do. Do nothing. Go kayaking this weekend or get educated. It's a good question. So what kind of comedy did you do?
It was when COVID kicked in, and I said, I've always wanted to do stand-up comedy, and so I took an online course.
Oh no!
And by the way, funny enough, right when I dialed in, I realized it was an all-women's comedy course, and I was the guy who called in.
Now that's funny.
Everyone else introduced themselves to say, "Hey, I'm practicing for my Netflix special," and I dialed in and I said, "Hey, I'm Brian. I've never done comedy, so nice to meet you." And from there it was entertaining. So anyway, I do small bit. So I have my favorite comedians, but listen, I just love comedy. I love offensive humor because you got to smile.
You're boring
in this
me.
messed up world.
Do you do any impressions?
No, not very good at those. No.
Good. I'm glad. I hope you feel satisfied, and I have helped you at least a very little bit. Yeah, this works perfectly with a job.
Yeah, Danny. While I got you, I'd be remiss if I didn't take advantage of it. Last question for you. Every person, every laundromat, every geography, they're all very different. That being said, let's just take a number, 300 if I'm making that. And, I got a family, I got bills, so I have a vested interest in keeping that level. All things equal, assuming everything went, quote, to plan in terms
Here
of...
comes the how much does a laundromat make question.
Well, kind of, but it's more
you're
about
a smart
also,
guy, so you started with that caveat. I know it's different. I know this. I know that. And listen,
yeah,
you can go down the rabbit hole. You can go to the distributor sites, the people that sell the equipment and laundromats, right? They are the distributors. That's like a car dealership. There's Ford, there's Chevy, there's Honda, Hips, Speed Queen, ADC, Wascomat, Dexter. These are third-generation salespeople. They're the ones that will bullshit to you and lie to you and tell you that a 2,000-square-foot store with 44 washers and 52 dryers will earn X. Does that make sense to you? Does that even sound like something they can say? Seriously? Of course not. Because even they don't know. They use voodoo and terms like turns per day. So let's just back up. What you are after is profit. You probably know what's considered a good profit in the first 5 years in a restaurant business. Just throw out what comes to mind. You probably know.
Oh, geez. I mean, probably the first year, at least it's break even. After that, every single year,
it's 5%. It's 5%. 5% profit. Why start? Why decide you want to do that? Because you like to eat? Because you're overweight? Because your wife is? I don't get it. Why would you start in a business that is that? You have to have luck. It's like saying, man, I love sticks. I want to be a drummer. I'm going to be famous. All right. Go to college, kid. I'm not trying to be ambiguous. I'm telling you that if you buy a laundromat for $300,000, you will lose the money. You are buying someone's failure. If you build a laundromat from scratch, you will never earn profit because it costs hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I sound awfully one way. Well, why aren't distributors jumping onto this live? Why aren't they all over my ass calling me a charlatan? Because they know I'm right. If your goal is profit, it's here in spades. And there are some YouTubers who go into their small laundromat and they collect small coin and they talk about how they're making tens of thousands of dollars a year. Real laundromats are life-changing money. The reason that I do not say X, because X is finite. Numbers are finite. 1 + 1 = what? Of course, it's always 2. Unless you're being a clever wordsmith, you cannot change that, nor should you start mucking around with math. I have 2 apples. I eat 1. I now have 1. When it comes to how much laundromats earn, if I was a dickhead, I would tell you XXX for that size store in Washington. What we are after is profit, and it is substantial profit. It's a lot more than people think. But you can go to all the websites from the distributors. Like I said, I don't want to repeat myself, and you can look at what turns per day and how much you'll be making. How do they know? How can they know? That's ideal because they are selling you 2 things, laundromats and equipment. And the only thing we are looking to buy is the equipment at the right price. You would be
Got
remiss
you.
if you
Danny,
didn't ask me that.
Thank you for the time.
Yeah, of course, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate it, man.
Thanks, Fred.
Take care.
It has been already. It has been fun with you kids. I'm going back to the comments, to the phones, 888-848-2663. Give us a ring. That was a great call. He sounded scared to death. I don't know why. Tim says, in general terms, about how much cash on hand would you want a new owner to have on hand to get a laundromat up and running, new equipment, etc.? Nothing. How can I possibly say that? Because that is math and it's finite, and that's the answer. Nothing. When I was into 10, 11, 12 stores, it became a game. I will not only not pay for anything here, I will have the landlord pay in TI. Does anyone on here know about tenant improvement money? If you haven't seen the course, do you know about free rent? It exists in every leased commercial space. You just have to know how to ask. Nothing. Landlords in commercial space are a lot like insurance companies. Okay? When you buy a brand new car, Tim, they're not going to let you leave the lot until you show them one thing, your insurance card. They'll put you on the phone. They'll stick you with X Insurance or Allstate. Here you go. I'm insured. Have a nice day. Because you don't own that vehicle. The dealership doesn't own that vehicle. The bank does, whoever you got your loan through. Now, you drive off the lot and you're looking the wrong way and you're excited about your new steering wheel, and boom, you get hit by a garbage truck. All 37 airbags deploy and you're A-OK. You literally walk back into the dealership and you say, I need me a new car. Call X Insurance. And they do, and they fix you up. And you drive off, and now you're going to look both ways. How do they do that? Your check didn't even clear. How can the insurance company pay for a brand new vehicle? Doesn't make sense. Save for the other thousands of people who are paying their premiums every month for years and never get a cracked windshield. The little old ladies that drive to church on Sunday. That's the way that works. It's how health insurance works. It's how life insurance works. And landlords are much like that. When you know to ask for new air conditioning on the roof and new tile on the floor, when you know how to ask, they will give it to you. I hope that helps, Tim. Laura says, I live in Brooklyn. All right. Brooklyn in the house. Where I am, I see lots of laundromats that are kind of empty with a lot of wash and fold services. Also, most of the homes have laundry in basement. Red flag. No, the laundromats exist because they are good businesses and people need them. The high rises, the thousands of people that live there. The wash dry fold is because the knuckleheads that are running them don't know how to get out from there, like our friend that we spoke to today that hung up on me. He's in there working his fingers to the bone. That goes back to what you are going to do with your laundromat. If you make the mistake from the beginning of not understanding how to operate it, you'll be stuck. Donnie D, who is, I don't know who this person is. If you know me, you should send me a text because you're constantly trying to be annoying and it's not really cute. Laura, again, monopolizing, Laura. I scouted a great location, but they are building a new 7-store residential building in its place where the laundry is. It doesn't say they will demolish the laundromat. Should I call them? No, you should not call them. No, you should not call them. You should hire me, and you should have me call them, and then the next, and then the next, and then the next. Laura, call my toll-free number. Call 888-848-2663, Laura. Taylor says, how does Danny collect quarters from so many laundromats? Aren't they too far away? When that's your only thing, you can get it done pretty quick. Collecting money becomes a real pain in the dick. Oh, man, that's terrible. Hit the thumbs up button. says TDG.
Nigel Anderson.
KUPD, Arizona Rocks. This is Nathan.
Hi.
Always wanted to be named Nathan. Nathan, Detroit. Is this Laura?
Yeah, that's me. This is Laura.
Hi, Laura. What's your status? Have you seen the course?
Hi. Yes. Yeah. And I love the course.
Thanks.
And sorry.
You got to mute your phone, Laura. You got to mute your computer.
Yeah, I got it now. Did it. So yes, I watched the course.
Where's that accent from?
25, 30 locations. Spain.
España. Bueno.
España, Barcelona. No, I'm from Madrid. But yeah.
I just got back from Barcelona. We went to see the F1 race. Lovely.
Like it?
It's beautiful. Where do you live?
Carroll Gardens, Brooklyn, New York.
Oh, you said that. Okay. You said I scouted a great location and they're building a residential building in its place where the laundry is. I'm sure they're going to demolish the laundromat. They don't want that there. But you said, should you call them? Well, should you? So I'm the landlord. My name is Gus, and you're you. Ring, ring. Hello. Laura, you're you. I'm Gus, the landlord.
Okay, so we're practicing. Okay, no, I'm not going to call them. I will hire you to call them. But should I move on to the next building?
You just asked me if you should call them. What does a call hurt?
Yeah, okay.
You're watching this live.
Okay,
you
sure.
see me make a phone call in upstate New York for a client, and the guy is operating a decent laundromat. He doesn't understand that he shouldn't be trading his time for money, but what does it hurt? If you hire me, I'm stupid enough to make these calls for years on your behalf. It's silly because I want to give incredible value, because I don't truly want anyone to go on some stupid website or Instagram or anything else, say Danny's full of it. I'm not. But I was hoping that we would do the thing where you would pretend you were you and I was the landlord. Come on, it's nothing. Just do it. Hello?
Sure, let's do it. Yeah.
Hello? I keep
Hello,
saying
let's do it.
hello.
Hello?
So I just hung up on you. That's
Yeah.
one.
Oh no, hello, hi. I'm looking at the laundromat that you have in Marshall Street. I know you're building a new residential building there, but I was just wondering what is going to happen to the laundromat.
Why?
I'm a laundromat. I want to have a laundromat in the same area, and I'm just wondering, what are you doing with the laundromat? I'm a potential renter for that space. If we could agree on the terms, and if you still will have it.
I still don't understand why you're asking me what we're doing with the laundromat. We're raising the building to the studs, and we're redeveloping.
So would you be getting rid of the laundromat, I suppose?
So
Is that
Laura,
what you're
I
saying?
think that what we've all learned is, and I'm not trying to chastise you, I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but you asked whether or not you should call the guy, and you just have to be, and your accent's lovely, you're a woman, you're ready to do business, all that is in your favor, but you have to be succinct to the point, not with a script, because scripts don't work. That's why I've never created one. And you have to tell them what you want and why. So if you're simply asking, I can almost guarantee they're not going to build around the laundry like it's some national treasure and leave it behind. They're going to get rid of it. But if you're just calling to say that, you say, hey, I'm interested in leasing the space. Maybe they're not going to build for a decade. Who knows? Maybe they're on the fence and you can talk them into it. But again, this is not a sales call. If you're working with me, you put all of that detail into a document, including photographs. And the next step for you would be to get on a phone consultation. You've seen it in the course. You see the little thing to click, right? So we can talk.
Yeah, no,
Yeah. So we can talk for real.
I booked a call today, so we're gonna
wait what?
sometime. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm obsessed with you. I've been watching you for 3 weeks. I cannot stop.
Well, Laura, okay, so you booked a phone call already. So did I text you?
Yes. I think you text me saying maybe today, maybe another time. Like,
okay. Well, we're going to get on the phone today, but yet here you are harassing my live and talking about stuff and good Lord. All right. I love you too, Laura. Goodbye. We'll talk soon. I'll send you a text.
Take care. Bye.
Adios. Vaya con Dios. You can't make this shit up, kids. You can't make this shit up. Uncle Manny is in the house. Hi, Uncle Manny. All right, let's burn through these. If you are watching this and you have the gift of gab and some intellectual thought processes going on and those synapses firing between your fucking ears, all right? Those are the parameters I'm looking for. Not like the guy that called and said, If you want to really understand how this works and you want to battle it out with Danny and say, come on, man, call 888-248-2663. Do you get your own soap vending machine for large items or let your contractor sell from behind the counter? Good God. Chi-Town, Yale. Do I know you? It sounds like you actually have a laundromat. So call in. If you have a counter where they sell stuff, you cannot be 24 hours and you're already doing it wrong. Rick says, hi, Danny, I have the course. I'm virtually looking for mats using Google Street View to virtually drive streets and look for mats in depressed areas around town. I don't like it. It's not, you're going to miss a lot. Let's put it that way. Period. I'm not going to get wordy. 50 in the chat. Hit the thumbs up. Who is this person? Thanks, I guess. Danny, you're a very generous man. Oh, you're welcome. Would you assume the owner of the coin laundry is the owner of the center when the coin laundry sign is the highest from the center sign? LOL. Silly question. First of all, Sue, never LOL. Stop it. We all need to stop the LOL. Stop. Don't do it ever again. It's become this ambiguous battle cry of the moron. I don't mean you. I don't know you well enough. Laura's saying things I'm not going to answer because we're about to talk. Donnie D, here we go. If the equipment is dinosaurs, then why do you flip out when the landlord says they'll sell it? Taylor says, I found a 1,000 square foot laundromat closed for a year. Landlord owner is trying to get $50,000. Should I give up since it's so small or should I keep negotiating? Why are you negotiating? Call me. You have an opportunity to speak to me. I find it difficult to understand why you haven't called me. No, it's too small. 1,500 square foot is the cutoff, and more importantly, 25 washers. That space does not have the connections for it. Who's that on my shirt? Somebody says. Come on, bro. Oh, you fucking children. Gary says, try speaking Chinese. That was a little earlier. Ni hao. Hire a cute broad that speaks Mandarin. You go the money. All right, Gary. He's too busy. So we're up to the point in the comments when I was talking to that gentleman, obviously. Here's one near me in New York for $50,000 if you want. And then I think they tried to put a link or something. You scared him off. We appreciate you, Danny. Thank you, Dzinky. Learned so much from your videos. Thank you. You can get a better price on equipment if you pay cash versus financing. Can you get a better price? You can get a better price on equipment by knowing what the hell it's worth. That's what you can do. There's no reason to go in there and offer them $300,000 in cash. No. Bought your course yesterday. How can a person who runs a laundry in a leased space sell a laundromat business? Right? They do it all the time. How can they do it? It's a joke. Free rent's my favorite words now. Not grammar there. First time here, can you explain what you do for us beginners? I'm doing it right now, LaToya. You're about 900 videos away from seeing all the free stuff. It's all here. First and foremost, LaToya, making you understand that you will never, ever buy a laundromat. The caveat is it's a phenomenal business when you know what you're doing and how to get into it. Sue, what about the loan payment for the new equipment? Someone's
Nigel
calling.
Anderson or trap call.
98 KUPD request line. Playing the stacks of wax that make you nostalgic for yesteryear. What can I play for you? If you call and don't say words, it's not really going to go that far. Is this a 12-year-old boy trying to be funny? Good job. Adorable. Thank you for going through the questions, by the way. What about the loan payment for the new equipment? Say I fill a 1,500 square foot store with new ones only. How much am I expected monthly to pay for those? Fearful question, Sue. You're scared shitless to do this because if you tell me that you can afford $300 for your car payment, great. You can't afford $1,000 for a car payment, great. But if I show you a business plan where you're going to end up with 5 cars, each costing you $1,000 a month with no guarantees, this genius little business plan is going to make you an additional $3, $4, $5, $10, $55,000 a month. Would you do it? Or would you say, I'm afraid to make the payments? What we are doing differently with these laundromats is everything differently. And a very small part of that is the payment that is necessary. Bro, we're getting rent abatement, free rent, free time on the lease payments, on the equipment payments up front, all of it. If none of this falls into line, we move on to the next, period. Kevin says, Danny, bought your course. How fast is the $250,000 for all the new machines paid back? How much time on average? Kevin, this is a cash flow business. You should never be in a hurry to pay shit off when you're earning that profit. And your equipment's under warranty, like the last guy said about paying cash. Why would you want to? And you also said something telling, $250,000. That's not what it costs for a retool. I just regurgitate the same numbers to landlords in order to impress upon them the fact that we have the wampum to spend, okay? Your retool might be $50K, depending on what equipment needs to be replaced. Needs to be replaced. 75 grand, someone said. I don't know about what. Danny, 1 is none and 2 is 1. TDG. Buy the gap insurance. Okay. I'm a big lol guy. Good for you, Tyler. I hope you're fucking around. Josh. Danny, you're the guy that's been there and done it, regardless, the laundromat industry, and I thank you, Toronto, Canada. Thanks, Josh. Means a lot. Rule 1, never call the landlord. Rule 2, never call the landlord. Right about that. Look, you made me smile. Goble, not gobble, but Goble. Danny, comma, I just called, but I couldn't hear me that on a headset, and I tried speaker 2. All right, well, try one more time. I really want to do this, says Latoya. What do I have to do to start? Everybody, tell her. What does Latoya have to do? Oh, somebody already did. Get his course, Latoya. Latoya, if you're concerned, worried, scared, frustrated, upset, pissed off, sick and tired, any of the above, my course is 100% guaranteed. It always has been. You know how many people have returned it or wanted their monies back? None. Because the minute you watch the course content videos, the first thing you're going to do is go watch it again. That's what people do. Danny, how do you fund the new equipment? Is good credit history necessary to secure financing new pieces of equipment? What does it cost, equipment, roughly? There is no roughly. We're replacing what is there and what needs it. Some of these machines are workhorses. Your question is a very fearful one, number one. Number two, if you're an adult, fix your
Nigel
credit.
Anderson or Trap Call.
Fix your credit. Ahoy.
Danny, can you hear me this time?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great. So this is Gil with Gobi Tech. I've been in your chat a few times. You may or may not remember, but I haven't seen your course yet. I just wanted to see if I understand the overall kind of process.
Okay. What don't you understand? Gil.
Well, it's not that I don't understand it. I just want to make sure I have the grasp of what you're trying to tell everyone who's trying to get into this. So, like, step one would be scouting a failing or closed location that already has the infrastructure. You know, never buy the machines on location. Find the landlord, not the broker, right? And then try to rent the building for $1 a square foot. One question there, is that triple net, or what is that, like, how far over $1 do you go?
That's prior to. That's not a gross rate. That's not including triple.
Sorry, what do you mean by prior to?
That's prior to triple.
Oh, okay, prior to. Gotcha. Okay.
You don't go to buy a car. You don't go to buy a car and say to the salesman, "Well, the sticker price says 50,000. I want to give you 40,000 plus fees." It's not really your job as the consumer or the buyer to start saying plus fees. You know you're going to go in the little room. You know they're going to try to charge you for undercoating and all the bullshit. You know there's going to be taxes and services and everything else. So whenever I'm negotiating a lease, I don't talk about the add-ons. I talk about what the gross rate is, and the rest, there's nothing you can do about. You can't change what the taxes are. Taxes are higher in LA than they are in Sacramento. It's just the way it is. Sounds like you have a pretty good understanding of exactly what this is all about. What's Gobi Tech? What is that?
I run a national project deployment company for IT. Like, we install data cable, cameras, speakers, solar panel poles. I'm going to visit about 10 states coming up to put in solar panel poles.
Well, this is about you, Gil. This is about whether or not this is a real thing for you, whether or not you already have substantial wealth in your life, whether or not you want to put the work in and do the thing. And I'm happy to, I don't hear, I mean, that's a very, very drill down specific question as far as all of these questions. What is your rent? How much is your gas? What about my payment for my equipment? Understand that the preponderance of people that do laundromats have all of that plus what they paid for the fucking business rights. All of that plus the hundreds of thousands that they spent to scoop up this business from the previous failed operator. We alleviate all of that. So your rent,
right,
your gas, your water, your electric, your payment on the equipment is all you have. There's no pudding on top. So the profit is there and then some.
Right, and that's exactly what I'm interested in, is the fact that you've developed a process, and one that has instructions essentially, and is pretty easy to follow. The work part, the actual being on site and putting things in, it seems like that's not even a full-time commitment if done correctly with the wash, dry, fold service contracted out.
Right, but if you personally are traveling because you own this company.
Yes.
Okay. So if you personally are traveling to 10 states in the next 10 hours, then it might not be plausible for you. It might be plausible in retirement. If you take 3 months out of the year and you work on doing this, then it probably is plausible and possible for you. Anything can be done. You see these people walking across the Gobi Desert
Right. No,
with nothing but spit. It can be done. But this is when I consult,
the time
I talk
commitment's
to the
not my
person
concern.
about what the person should be doing and how they can do it, because that's important. I'm not just going to be the guy that says toe the line and go get a laundromat, Gil, because it's perfect for you. It's not perfect for everybody. If you're doing that thing and you've got 3 Mercedes,
No, absolutely.
If you're doing that thing and you've got 3 Mercedes and private jets and you're thrilled with all of that, great. Or maybe your company needs to be built up and sold. When people consult with me, when I call this young lady Laura here pretty quick, she's going to find out that it's really about her. It's really about her scenario. And I'm not some business expert. I'm not a relationship counselor. I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to figure out whether or not the laundry thing is really right for her situation and or yours. So, only you can answer that. Only you can decide. And the average working stiff that goes to a job and sits in a cubicle and is stuck there 8 hours a day and is barely paying the fucking bills, it's brilliant. It's a no-brainer for them. And the minute they get out and scout laundromats, they see that. But whether or not they want to do the work, that's up to them. I've been doing this so long that I've seen people come in, get stores, plural, and exit by selling them. I was on the phone with one of them the other day about the Walmart thing that turns out isn't true. Not because I lied about it, but because it was an unsubstantiated rumor. Yeah, this can work for you, but again.
Okay. So they follow your guide. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
So the people have followed your guide, follow the instructions, essentially turned it into a process, and then exited by selling that location. Do they do it again? I mean, obviously, you have 30, but they don't have any.
Well, I'm just thinking about this isn't about keeping the laundromat forever. Joe Dan Reed, 11 stores.
Oh,
He's got his own little YouTube channel. He's got 9 now. He sold the ones he didn't like. Can I go talk to those people that bought those laundromats and say you fucked up? No, because he sold decent stores. But he didn't want it. Right. It was too far. It was the area. It was then you get into a process where you start thinking, I want to gobble up every laundromat that exists. I know, I've been there. And you start buying locations from people because it's just a matter of getting them out of their lease. Don't do it. There's no reason for it. None. I don't hear a specific question. If your lifestyle and your current operation doesn't allow it, then it's probably not realistic. But of course, isn't going to hurt you. You watch it.
Sorry, that wasn't the concern. I'm in one place for 9 months out of the year, so I'm just traveling for about a quarter a year so far.
So set the stores up, plural, and your problem will be like Scarface. What to do with all the fucking cash? It's a real thing.
Right. No, I understand. But back to buildings. So you only want a 2,000 square foot minimum starting out, right? You don't want to go below that for the amount of machines.
It's 1,500 is the term, but it's 25 washers.
Okay.
You're not a contractor. I don't expect you to walk in and say, this place looks like it's about 2,000 square feet. It's not like that. My house doesn't have any hallways, for instance. You can't really walk in and know exactly how big it is because you can't see the hidden rooms and the basements and all the other stuff unless you've been told. So at the end of the day, when you walk into a laundromat, you can look at the numbers on the washers. It either says 1 or 46 and no in between. If it's 25, that's our rule of thumb, 25 washers. Because the 1,500 square feet is everything under roof. It's the ADA compliant restroom. Every tumbler, which is what they call dryers, takes 4 square feet on the floor minimum and another 2 square feet behind it for a skinny repairman to get back there. So these rules of thumb. But dude, it is going to be, you'll be hard pressed to find a store that's that small. They're rare.
Okay. But just make sure I've done my homework here. So you're saying no one should even talk to the machine manufacturers until you actually have that lease in hand, right? The signed
Correct.
lease.
What good does that do you?
Okay.
It's mental masturbation.
Okay.
You're calling them up and letting them handle you. And I've personally discussed with so many folks where they had that discussion and they talk down to the person and says, well, come back when you have 100,000 liquid. Or if you call up and say that your name is Dr. Gill, they'll talk to you because they assume you have money put away. Or if you say, I just sold a startup, and then, oh, well, let's talk. Why would you want to discuss that? You don't know what equipment costs, what it's worth, or what you should be spending. I know you don't know because no one does.
Right. No, of course, not until you get into it. Gotcha. So, and again, once the store is set up, the need to be on site is minimal because you would have the wash, dry, fold service contracted to upkeep it, clean it, take care of it, let you know about machines that are down.
You really haven't seen the course?
No, I'm just I've watched a bunch of your YouTube videos. This is how much it interests me as I pick up on the stuff.
I have
That's how
solved.
I started my own
You're
company.
$289 away from seeing this magical course, dude. I have solved a lot of problems through my own intellect, trial and error, and understanding what actually works in the real world. And I knew that I did not want to deal with hourly employees. Do you have employees?
I was up to 4 at one point, and yeah, it's the hardest part is trying to maintain them,
It's the worst
keep
part
them,
of
keep them
any
happy. Yeah.
fucking business. The worst. So I eliminated that. Not by getting rid of the service, but by making them contractors. So if they don't work, they leave on their own. You never have to fire anyone. They leave. And when you get the ones that are made of gold,
Right.
they stay forever. And that's what you want.
Gotcha. So I guess my last question, or the main question I have that this is all leading up to, if I do go through the course and I sign up for a consultation, whatever that rate is, and you help me negotiate a store, negotiate with a landlord, whoever, is there another agreement or some sort of profit share or anything that's expected from you other than the consultation?
No, God, no. I don't want to have to figure out how much money you're making and have you try to keep it from me. There's no profit sharing. If I tried to pull some bullshit like that, I'm sure I would have been on YouTube for about a week. No thanks. Don't even know how I would logistically work any such thing. I've seen landlords try to stick their hand in your pocket and take a percentage of the store. I don't want it. Don't want to deal with it.
Okay. Yeah, no, that makes your offer makes a lot more sense then, or not more sense, but the value is obviously there. So I think I'll be picking up a course shortly.
Well, you're making it sound like I'm asking you to take out your credit card. Gil, I'm glad it worked out for us, buddy. Talk soon.
No.
Thanks for jumping on.
All right, thanks.
All right, I'm done with all of you people. Somebody else jumped on a consultation. I get the boo-bops and the beep-beeps jumping up while we were on here. We always have fun. We always enjoy ourselves, and I hope you did too. You guys tell me, what's going to be the comment? What are we going to put in the comments today? I think Warwick. It should definitely have something to do with Warwick. Either War or Wick or Jane Wick or Warwick or John Wick. Warwick is the thing. I guess I've answered my own question. I'm able to come on to one of these lives and only get 11 seconds with one landlord who basically hangs up the phone on us. And I hope it's still educational. I really, really do. The way we do, when someone comes into this video, which will remain on my channel until I burn it down, it's called Evergreen. This video will be up, and when people like to look at videos and jump in the comments right away. And you guys, all 56 of you are going to go over there and comment something to deal with Warwick. Not here, not in the chat, but in the actual video content. And you can't do it now. Now there's 60 of you. I want to see 60 comments that deal with Warwick. The other CTA, the other call to action is, guys, gals, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, get up in the fucking morning, put your pants on, 2 legs at a time the same way I do, and go out and crush. There is nothing stopping you from this substantial wealth but you. You don't have to reinvent the paperclip or come up with Uber. If you're here and you're watching this, you already have a plan. And I'm just a guy that's here to help. That's it. That's all. Go comment. Thanks.